I'm searching for with a break of a day to follow away to you. 'Cause at the end of the day, I ain't looking for no reason to change. 'Cause everything is good for you. Baby, I can see we're gonna shout it out to the sky. Tell our secrets to the night, so we can see the end inside. We're gonna shout it out to the sky. When I look into your eyes, I can see no better light, better light than love. We're gonna shout it out to the Baby, I can see we're gonna shout it out to the sky. Tell our secrets to the night, so we can see the end inside. We're gonna shout it out to the sky. When I look into your eyes, I can see no better light, better light than love. We're gonna shout it out to the sky.
Hello everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another Myles Dyer Live. I am Myles Dyer, where every week at this time we hang out here, either in the live chat or in the comment section afterwards if you're watching on replay, and we talk about all sorts, from the serious, mental health and well-being, world events, life hacks, all sorts like that. And other times we're a bit more cheery. I mean, the serious issues can be cheery at times, I suppose. But yeah, quizzes, games, music, pop culture, all sorts like that. And I want to say a massive welcome to you all. As always, just want to dive into the chat and just say hello to everyone who is joining me live. We've got BB, who's saying hello from Canada. Hello to you. We obviously got Siago, guitarist. Good to see you, my buddy. Jordan H, good to see you here, Jordan. Hope you are well. We have Always Lived in the Castle. Mericat, good to see you here. We got Mojo, Salvador, Clem Fandango, OP Stark. We've got David VR, who says, because I know Mojo in the chat is doing ironing. I hate ironing. I'm like, what ironing? For me, I just put things in the tumble dryer and then quickly fold them afterwards. Fifth, hello to everyone. I hope you are doing good. Firstly, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has been reaching out to me the past week and a half. For those that missed last week's show, it's been 2 weeks now. I unfortunately kicked off the year by becoming redundant at my job. which I don't know if that's a British term being made redundant. I mean, redundant is a term that you'd normally say like no longer needed. Like when you actually analyse the term in that way, I think it's a pretty horrible term. But it was a shock, shock to everyone. I was one of many people that were let go at the company, and it was not because of poor performance on an individual basis. I mean, I just got a promotion 2 months before. And although I was very positive last week, on last Wednesday's show, I talked about, the 2 days that I learned of the news, how I was processing it. And I was also talking about, what is the process when you lose your job? What are some of the things you can do next? And it was a really good show last week. So if you haven't seen that, do check it out. That would be episode 128. I think this is episode 129. The reality is this past week, since last Wednesday's show, I've been pretty good, but I do think when I entered the weekend, emotionally, I was probably processing it a bit more because I was quite downbeat. I was a bit lethargic, didn't really have an appetite for doing anything exciting. I was doing a bit of VR gaming here and there for exercise, trying to go for walks, although it's been quite dark at the moment. But this week I have been working on a few things, including updating my website. And I've DJ Disco Beaver in the chat saying ironing is always better with red wine. I mean, what is not always better with red wine? I mean, I guess you should say things like driving. I've been working with my good friend Alex on a promo video announcing myself back to the job market. We're actually going to be jumping on a call tomorrow morning just for the final touches. And I'm really excited for everyone to see it. So I'll be sharing it on LinkedIn, but I'll probably be sharing it on all my socials. And of course, if you know anyone that might want to hire me, do pass it on. So keep your eyes peeled for, I would say, maybe, I'd say 24 hours from now, probably around 18 hours from now. Also this week, actually Monday and Tuesday. So the last 2 days, I mentioned this before, I actually went on a first aid, mental health first aid course with St John Ambulance here in the UK. I've been training to become a mental health first aider, which is an excellent scheme. I've known about it for a good few years, and then a colleague of mine at work had become qualified, and I thought, you know what? I did psychology at university. Obviously, I've had a long history of talking about mental health issues and being a huge advocate for better mental health and well-being, best practices, all that sort. I want to be backed up with a qualification, and just to fill in all the gaps with my knowledge, make sure it's not just all stuff that's been, hear from the best, the people that know about it. And so, the last 2 days I've been sat in a classroom with lots of great people, a great lecturer, and we had an examination at the end of yesterday, now awaiting the results. I think it went pretty well. I mean, I should be careful what I say, but I mean, the examinations, the first one was like 30 questions. There were multiple choice. 30 questions, I think you had 40 minutes to answer it. And then the second exam was 25 questions and you had 50 minutes. And I did both of them in 15 minutes. I had a couple that wasn't sure about. The questions were a bit dodgy, I would say. So I'm waiting on the results. I wanted to today do an episode about mental health and what it is, to be a mental health first aider. What are some of the key takeaways? But I thought, you know what, wait until I get the qualification. So I might hear by next week, but I might also hear that I failed. And in which case I'll go back for a resit. So fingers crossed. I think on the paper of 30 questions, you can get 7 wrong. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I don't know if anyone else has done that before. Let me know. Ciago in the chat says, you'd be good at that. You've got the right temperament for dealing with folks in that setting. I'd hope so, but I think it's something kind of like regular first aid. I think it's something everyone should do, but to go on a proper first aid course, it does cost money. So I would say that if you do work at a job, find out if they have a scheme because it helps the company. I would just say that, find out, because a lot of companies do have these schemes where they are willing to fund training, and I think that's a good thing. And, all credit to CyberSafe. This was covered on my personal development budget. It was booked in last year. Even if I'd booked it a couple of weeks ago with the budget, they said, carry on with it. So, it's not going to be a benefit for them, but they're a company that believes in bettering society. And so, I was really, really happy to have that backing. Fifth says, Myles, would you move house for your next job? I mean, this is the worst answer ever. Depends, which I guess would mean yes, in the right circumstances. Would I move house? Yeah, I would. But funnily enough, I'm getting my kitchen redone soon, so I'm really happy with where I am. It would have to be a really good job offer for that. Callie says you could do an episode on how to deal with failure. If you fail, I'm fairly sure you won't fail, though. Oh, that's a good point, actually. I mean, to be honest, there are a few failures I've had in my life that I've definitely learned a lot from, and there's one in particular I can really think about, so that could be good. GameCat says, passed my first aid at work refresher yesterday. Well, huge congrats to you. Well done to you. But yeah, so it's been nice the last couple of days. I'm feeling super low energy at the moment. I just think that with everything that's been going on, I was probably going for 2 weeks with quite a lot of high adrenaline, and it's now starting to wear off. But I am being proactive. I've redone the bio on my website, which should we take a look at that? I mean, before we do that, just to let you know, everyone, if you're watching right now, pinned in the live chat is a link to this week's puzzle. Every week, most weeks, that's more accurate. There is a puzzle of the thumbnail of the Myles Dyer live episode, and all you do is you click on a piece, you click on another piece, and it swaps them around. I can't do it because I think I need to, I don't know, sometimes it doesn't let me show it. But if it flashes green, it means it's in the right place. If it flashes red, it means it was in the right place, and you've messed it up. Shame on you. But yeah, getting busy. I haven't set it to too hard because in terms of number of pieces, because the background is quite basic and it can be quite hard to see. So yeah, take a look at that. But what was the other thing I was going to look at? Oh yeah, it was my website, mylesdyer.com. So I have a really basic website. So I've updated. My friend Alex, who came over and filmed, actually, he took that photo. He took that photo like during a lunch break, just in this at this event, and I was like, wow, this is one of the best photos ever. Like, the guy's a genius. Yeah, and in the about section, I rewrote this. Should I go through it now? It's really hard when you come up with a bio describing like what you are and what you stand for. Like, what is the best way of sort of summarizing who you are? And like, I guess it's also in the context of who's going to actually check this page. It's people that want to probably find out about me and my background. So, to be fair, I haven't had this approved by anyone, so maybe I could read it now, and you can let me know what you think. But Kira says first, let's go to this before I go to my thing. Kira in the chat. Hello, Kira. Lovely to have you here. I booked a first aid class specifically for children, babies, after you posted those creepy dummies. Right. For those that are wondering what that's about, what are these creepy dummies? Let's get some of these photos. So yeah, when I was on the course, I naturally you're in a room where they do all the first aid training and that, and so in the corner of the room where I was, they had these, which I just joke saying this is a thing of nightmares. Obviously that's what you practice CPR on. And that's what they look like without the face, like part on them. So yeah. Whereas then at the end of the day, I said, "Oh, can I put the my mug in the dishwasher?" And they were like, "Sure." And I opened the dishwasher, and this is what I found. Found all these faces in the dishwasher. So actually, yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely follow me. On Instagram, which you can find at Myles Dyer Official. I post a lot on there, including behind the scenes stuff. It's the best way to stay on top of everything I'm doing. But yeah, and so then I took a photo the following day when they were like laid out, like It's amazing. It's amazing what humans do, right? But it saves lives. It saves lives. It's super, super important. Let's cross that off. Talking about bios, Siago says, yeah, that's a tough thing to do. I always get used to get lumped in with doing band bios, often by other members. I guess that's a compliment for your writing, but also writing is tricky. It's so difficult when you have to define yourself. Myles, are you an Arsenal or Chelsea fan? Neither. I'm not actually a football fan of any particular team. If that might be a boring answer. I saw the dummies on your Facebook feed and wondered what that was about. Yeah, that was what it was. Actually, I guess I could do this as Dyer Discovery. If you feel queasy about medical stuff, then this might not be good for you. I mean, it makes me feel queasy. I actually learnt this from a good friend of mine who works for London Underground, who's first aid trained. Now, when I was a kid, I learned first aid, and you learn CPR. And, when you're trying to resuscitate someone, you put both hands on. Actually, don't take this as the proper way of doing it because I'm not trained. But I need a refresher as an adult. But then you put all your body weight, don't you, on the chest and you pump. I think that's how it works. But I had it reminded this week after my friend told me about a year ago. But they say that when you resuscitate someone, if you're doing it properly, you break their is it their sternum, the bone there? You'll break it when you're resuscitating them because you're putting all your weight. So if you're doing it properly, you will break their sternum. So that's a great example of how I feel about medical stuff, because on the one hand, I'm like, that's why I don't want to learn first aid. I couldn't do that. But at the same time, the reason you feel anxious and queasy about that kind of stuff is because you're not trained. If you're trained on how to do stuff, you're given the confidence to do the right thing. And I do think everyone should be trained on first aid. It's an important skill, and mental health first aid. So yeah, ribs or sternum, but flailed chest can kill people. Well, there you go. So it's like there's not. First thing you were told during CPR training was not to use your full weight. Okay. So there we go. Right, we've had that clarified. Oh my goodness. See, all this sort of stuff just makes me feel queasy. Again, I'm not first aid trained, so don't listen to me. But yeah, it's that's just one of many things. I think to be a first aider, I think it's a 3-day course. Bring on Dr. Mike and talk medical. He big on chest compressions. Who's Dr. Mike? Yeah, let me know. Let me know who Dr. Mike is. Oh, YouTube's just charged me for YouTube Premium. Learning about all these things I pay for monthly. Hey, Julie. Good to see you. Lovely to see you here. And this year we will sort out something together. We keep saying it. I need to get you on the show. My sternum is the only bone I've ever broken. Open heart surgery. Well, Jesus. Well, that would make sense. Yeah. It's good to have you here. DJ Disco Beaver. See, I would love to have first aid from a beaver, even though it's not a beaver. That's a raccoon, right? Very friendly face. The first aid heart pumping is so risky because it's a huge responsibility on your shoulders, right? Yeah. Oh, man. See, it just makes me feel queasy. He's a YouTuber and a doctor. Okay, that's cool. But anyway, yeah, that makes me feel queasy. But it's like... someone did chest compressions on a cricket. When I first read that, I thought you meant like on a cricket pitch. In his viral video, insects don't have hearts, but she managed to revive it. Well, it must be to do with muscle stimulation or something like that, right? They don't. They don't have muscles, do they? It's all... I don't know. I'm not. This is where I'm going to sound more and more ignorant. Anyway, talking about things that I'm more familiar with myself. Going back here, this was what I've done as my my bio on my webpage. So this is it. Myles Dyer is a seasoned content development specialist. Now, content development specialist was my promoted role, and I felt like finally a title that really summarizes well what I actually do for most of my life. Myles Dyer is a seasoned content development specialist and presenter, because I normally go, I do speeches and I do live streaming and I do videos. Presenter, nice and simple, with a deep-rooted presence in the digital world since 2006. Starting his journey on YouTube, Myles became a trailblazer in using the platform for positive change, influencing areas like education, mental health, technology, activism, gaming, and charity, just to name a few. His creation of thousands of videos and live streams has reached millions worldwide, playing a pivotal role in nurturing the earliest online communities. Now, it's always a balancing act when you do, and by the way, I like the word seasoned as well. It makes me think of food, well-seasoned food. There's, salt and pepper. There we go, salt and pepper. So the thing I've used for the longest possible time was saying that I used video as a vehicle for social change. I've changed that now to positive change, because it's not always social change. I think most of it is. And it's always, how do you acknowledge positive impacts you've had without sounding arrogant? And so playing a pivotal role, I think, is fine in nurturing the earliest online communities. So it's not saying I was the one that made it. It was just that I played a pivotal role in nurturing them, and then I back it up. He spearheaded the first UK YouTube gatherings and left a lasting mark with his annual 24-hour non-stop live charity fundraiser StickAid, earning him the title of UNICEF Honorary Fellow. His work has been recognised widely, evidenced by his nomination for Broadcast Hotshot 2012 and his role as YouTube's UK Creators for Change ambassador. His expertise goes beyond personal projects, having worked for notable organisations like the BBC, Channel Flip, The Guardian, Doc Society and CyberSafe. Oh, talking about CyberSafe in the past tense now. Myles excels in helping organisations and individuals discover their unique voice, offering guidance in content strategy, production and marketing to engage, inform and inspire a global audience. In the broadcasting realm, Myles shines as the host of his weekly talk show, Myles Dyer Live. Woo! Woo! And as a co-host of one of the world's biggest PlayStation VR shows, PSVR without Pro. I mean, I've got to be fair. At his core, Myles is an educator, passionate about sharing his insights and experiences both in front and behind the camera. Whether delivering keynote speeches, engaging in media discussions, or advising on video strategy, his dedication to empowering others is unmistakable. He firmly believes in the potential of every individual, regardless of their background, to contribute to a world characterized by empathy and understanding. So yeah, that is it. That is my about section. Yeah. Oh wow, you're doing well here. By the way, do you like the thumbnail I did for this video? I took a photo of this blue bag behind me, and then I was like, I can't just have it stood up on this background. It looks boring. What could I do? And then because there was a hole in the bag, I was like, that could be a mouth. Let's give it some eyes, and it worked. Yeah, represent Myles Dyer Live. Well done. Whoop. These are always just blah. I hate having to write these. I know it is really difficult. It's like anything, whenever you're trying to describe yourself. So something we learn a lot when you do mental health training, and it's something and also I've learned about it when doing podcasts and interviews, is don't ask closed questions, ask open-ended ones. So in the context of mental health, you could say, "Are you okay?" And they could go, "Yeah," or "No." Doesn't really go anywhere. One of the best tips you can have for open-ended questions is why. So like, not what is the matter, but why are you feeling that way? It encourages people. You can do that in interviews. And when you want to find out more about what you want to write about yourself, don't ask what are you doing, but why are you doing it? And that can really help find the values of it. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was an amalgamation or a modified take of a previous bio. But thank you. And Brian Paul does, from Without Parole, does love us all. He does indeed. I should probably say, actually, everyone, before we get to vitamin G, and then the main topic of today's show is there's been a couple of VR games that are coming out at the moment, and I haven't done Let's Plays of them. They are coming. I might do one tomorrow evening, but it's just been because of... Siago was saying, I was half expecting you to say, why is the matter? Yeah, you sometimes have to change the question. But don't worry, I was thinking about that as well. But yeah, I'm just waiting until I'm in a better place to do live streaming of VR games. So they are coming. But I've kind of just been taking a break as I've let myself process stuff and sort of take care of myself, which I'm sure you'd understand. All right, everybody. Before the main topic, we always like to talk about vitamin G, vitamin gratitude, where we take a moment to think about what we are grateful for. And thank you, David. Appreciate that. I've missed live streaming and doing all that. And also, I should probably say, if you haven't already, do hit the like button. It does help me out. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, vitamin G, what are you grateful for? And just every day, it's worth just having a practice to yourself. You don't have to share it in the chat, although I do welcome you to share them now. But it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be something simple. It can be a person. It could be an experience you've had. It could be even an organization. And I will just lead the way by saying that I've definitely felt grateful for having my health and well-being after a couple of days of reflecting on how bad it can be for some people, and also learning about PTSD and abuse, things that I went through therapy for, and I got to I was in a really bad state when I was younger. Had some really bad episodes or conditions, actually. Episodes are like, flash in the pans. Conditions are the sort of the longer term. It was just a very sobering conversation about a lot of things, and it made me feel grateful to be in a place where, even though I'm dealing with adversity at the moment with job loss, the fact I'm able to stay positive and let go of the heavy baggage that it can throw upon me, I'm moving forward. And so I'm just grateful to be in that, because I know it's also because I have a really strong network, great family, great friends, and a great community and supporters like you all out there, and I love you all for it. So thank you, everyone. So that's it from me. Super Nintendo Charmers was saying, have you been able to play Toy Trains yet? Nope, but I did get it installed today, so I should be, hopefully I'll live stream it tomorrow, and that'll be my first time playing it. And yeah, I'll be on the Friday stream for sure. And Well Told Entertainment, good to have you here. Hope you're doing good. I am going to the vitamin Gs. I'm just catching up with the chat. I went through some of your old Let's Play videos to help choose what I bought from the Sony sale going on right now. Keep them coming. They are great. What did you buy? Only just joined the chat talking about mental health. My go-to is exercise and music. So this is one of the cool things that I think will be a topic for a future show. They talked about having a mental health first aid kit. So we will design on a future episode. We'll talk about what will be in your mental health first aid kit. So it doesn't have to literally be a physical first aid kit, but it can be like a list of things. So it might be like going for a walk. It might be sunshine. It might be flotation tanks. It might be music. You might have a particular playlist that you use. And I just love that idea of having a mental health first aid kit. It also helps usualize the concept of mental health, because we always talk about how it's taken less seriously than physical health. Johnny Lobster, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. I love that you're holding an aim controller. Mojo says, the air in my lungs, a roof over my head, warm clothes and food is my vitamin G. Siago says, I've got a good one this week. Vit G for feeling better, just generally being around. Was in a bus accident last Saturday. Oh my goodness. Sat on the top deck. Van reversed from his drive into the side of the bus. So I'm assuming you were okay. I mean, a bus is pretty big. Hopefully there was no whiplash or anything like that. David VR says, my blood test results came back with a low PSA. I am very happy about that. What does PSA stand for? I'm going to take some guesses. I'm going to be completely wrong. Is it plasma? Plasma solution. I'm going to guess with plasma solution something. Chris says, you seem like you're in a good place now. I mean, overall, I'm in a better place. I'm not in a good place right now in terms of like my situation. Like I have worry, but it's like not. It is a good kind of worry. Like it's kicking me into place, you know. Thankfully, I was a little bruised, sore the next few days, but not particularly badly hurt. There's always the what if in your mind. So generally, yeah, that is true. I'm glad you're recovering though. Kira says, I have lots of opportunities to be social with new people this week. Awesome. All for that. Callie says, firstly, people, I've got to know on Threads. See, I do have a Threads account, but I don't really post on it. It feels so much friendlier than the other text-based platforms, certainly on LGBTQ matters. My neighbours, I have some lovely, friendly neighbours. That's nice. Oh, it's prostate-specific antigen. Well, there you go. I was completely wrong. But I'm glad the test came through good. SAD lamps. They can be really, really good as well. Cool. Well, thank you, everyone, for sharing that. Really, really appreciate it. And don't forget, vitamin G is something you can practice every day or at any time. You can just be like having a nice drink of water, and as you're drinking it, be grateful to have some water. And the best time to do it, actually, is when you go to bed, when you're lying in bed. Just think of like 3 things you're grateful for and just say them to yourself a few times, and you end up like feeling extra cozy and super happy about stuff. So that's really, really good. Right. Okay, everyone. So today's episode is called What's in the Bag? Which I'm sure many of you are thinking, Myles, that's such a weird topic for a show. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? And you're right. But funnily enough, it's a topic that I have wanted to tackle for many, many years. I'm talking like over 4 years. I think over 4 years. When I was doing YouTube videos, I was going to do a YouTube video about it. And it all makes sense as I go through it. But here we are. And by the way, you're absolutely smashing it with this. It's almost done. Look at that bag. Those lovely blue eyes. I don't know how to... okay, I'm just going to tackle it this way. So, many years ago, I was sorting through my clothes, and I think I'm a hoarder when it comes to clothing. I'm always like, I should keep that because I'll probably wear it sometime. But often, especially when it comes to T-shirts, I might have a T-shirt with a design on it from like, I don't know, somewhere I've been on vacation. Or maybe someone bought me a T-shirt as a gift. So it might be that like, it's not a T-shirt that I'd want to wear, but it's a T-shirt I want to keep because that means something. But it just builds up more and more and more. So I was going through my shirts and I was like, all these shirts, I'm not going to wear them, or I'm not going to wear them much longer because I don't want to wear them out. And the designs I really, really like. What could I do? And my mum had a brilliant idea. My mum said, why don't you choose the ones that you want the designs of, and I can turn them, we'll cut them out, and we will create a quilt. A massive quilt with all those different T-shirts. And I thought, that's amazing. That's such a cool idea. And she was like, well, just put it in a bag and then bring it over, and then I'll do it sometime. And I said, sure, Mum, but first I want to do a YouTube video or like an Instagram reel where I hold up each design. It was going to be a YouTube video actually because it was before stories and that were really taking off. And I just want to hold them all up one at a time, just so I've got like a record of all the designs and maybe talk a bit about them. And she went, okay, that's fine. And every year it's like, have you done it yet? And I thought, no, sorry, I haven't got round to it. And it was because I was going through that period where I wasn't really making videos anymore. And yeah, and also I was just procrastinating. So for Myles Dyer Live, it felt like a good opportunity to just hold them up, especially now I've got a camera where when I hold something up to camera, it goes into focus, you know? And so what I wanted to do in this episode was get this blue bag, and I'm just going to go through it. Do you know what? There's going to be things in there I probably forgot about or don't know where they came from. But yeah, and lots of suggestions in the chat of what you can use them. Obviously, sending them to charity. All my other clothes I've sent to charities. Always definitely donate them to charity if they're clean and reusable. But this I don't want to get rid of because of the sentimental value. And some of the things are really silly and small. Because they might be just like restaurants I've been to or things like that. A few more vitamin Gs are still coming through, by the way, so I just want to read them. Well Told Entertainment just said, I'm grateful that after the rough release of Foglands, the VR community was so kind with their feedback and we were able to turn our last patch around so quickly. Much love to all of you at Well Told Entertainment, because, yeah, I know that can be really, really, really tough, and I'm glad that you sort of embraced the opportunity. Siago says, I still have shirts from when I was 14. Can relate. So, yeah. So, a part of me is like, how are we going to do this? Because I'm going to have to take these out, which is fine. And I'm going to go get the bag. Now, okay, right, we're just going to go through these. Yeah, quietly waiting for the difficult to explain ones. Excellent. All right, everyone. Okay, first one. Nice, easy one. It's a Schemata Theory shirt of our single voices. An orange limited edition one. Makes sense. Have one of the band. It's a nice design. This one. Okay, right. This is where... Hopefully it's not going to be like moths, because it has been so long. This one, and awesome for this, I sorted through my t-shirts and gave 80 to the RSPCA charity shop. That's awesome. Always do it if you can. Okay, next one. Pink Taco. This was when I used to go to VidCon every year in California, and they had a taco place called Pink Taco. And it was really, really good. Really, really good. And I actually wore this shirt on Sky News when I was interviewed. Let's see if I can find that. Pink Taco is a great name. Let me... So, yeah, it was in Los Angeles. Let's have a look here. I want to find this. Here it is. Found it. It was this one when talking about online identity. I'll just throw it on the screen now quickly.
The debate creating plenty of buzz online today is the claim that young people may be forced to change their real-life names to cover up an online past. Google's chief executive, Eric Schmidt, is warning that so much of teenage life is now
Here we go. There we go. There it is.
Personal things in my life if it involves other people.
See the zoom out shot. There we go. There you go. Pink Taco. I just remember it because everyone was like, couldn't believe that I was wearing it on there. But yeah. There was that. Right. God, this might take a while to go through. Okay, this one I wanted to keep because I absolutely love the design. Interestingly, it's a shirt design that I feel less comfortable wearing now because of what's been happening in Ukraine. But this was another band shirt and it's designed by Dan Mumford. I love this design so much. So, so good. Okay. So this one is my favourite band. This one is absolutely ruined on the armpits. This is one of my all-time favourite bands, Fear Factory. Hugely inspired me, metal band. And for me, this is one of the best album covers ever designed. Look at this. The album was called Demanufacture. I'm just trying to do this. It was called Demanufacture. And do you know what? I'm going to put my camera so I can view myself down here. Because then, there we go, much better. It was called Demanufacture. Oh, this makes it so much easier to hold it up and get it right. Demanufacture. And what I love is it's a rib cage that half of it is the barcode. I think that is so powerful. But yeah, as you can see on the armpit, it gets a lot of air, I guess. But I need to get a new one. But yeah, having that artwork would be good. And yeah, Pripyat was right about that last one. Right. What else we got? Oh, Good Pitch. From BritDoc, that was then later renamed Doc Society. Good Pitch. I was a member of the team. I was in New York City. I went there 2 days after Donald Trump was elected president of the United States. And I helped out at this event called Good Pitch. If you watch my YouTube video called I Met Bernie Sanders, you'll find out all about what that was there. Obviously, I can't go in. Each of these shirts has a massive story, so I can't go into all of them. Now this, oh my goodness, this. Does anyone? I don't know if there are any like old viewers of mine. Does anyone recognise this? I wore this like 15 years ago on my YouTube videos. I bought it at Hot Topic when I first went to San Francisco. But the zip's gone. No! Has the zip gone? Because basically you zipped it up. And then it'd be like a mask. Yeah. So this is like an example where I would just like keep some of the design because like it was just, I think it was like I did a video when I got back about like thanking YouTube, saying like it was my first time going to America, like to meet YouTubers and that in 2007, and I felt so inspired by it all. Now this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this. I loved this coat. I used to wear this a lot. But it had this design of a skull. But as it came out through the wash, it looked more and more like just a stain. Looked horrible. So this is one, but I do like. Criminal Damage is the brand, because this is what I love about this camera. I can hold up the button. Can I? There you go. Go on. Criminal Damage. Yeah. So yeah, I don't actually know if I'm gonna be able to do anything with that. But then again, maybe just some of the fabric. Right. What else now? UNICEF. Obviously, I helped UNICEF a lot out with Stick Aid, and also I became an honorary fellow of UNICEF. So this is a great example. Like, I guess I could wear it. To be fair, it's a really comfy shirt. It's really soft. So it's a great children's charity. So maybe that's one I'll keep. I don't know. Oh my goodness. This is a great example. I would never wear this. This is like an original YouTube shirt. Look at that. This is like an original. To be fair, I should probably keep this. This is like an original 2006 YouTube shirt. Look at the logo. I'm going to put that in a separate pile. I should put that in a separate pile. I know some Americans aren't going to like this. Bernie, 2016, feel the burn. I was a massive Bernie Sanders supporter just because I thought if he got elected, he would have been good for the world, not just America. Also, he was anti-establishment. And that was a big part of my... one of my many political awakenings. Yeah, the YouTube shirt is hideous, but it's an interesting piece of history. That's exactly how I feel about it. Oh my goodness. This. Malefice was a Reading band that I supported many years ago. Like, before I even did YouTube. And I cut the sleeves off to make a headband. Right. What's this? Wow, look at this. Yeah, I should put this in a separate pile. Hoarding 101. Yeah. Look at that. It's VidCon, the 3rd annual. So that would have been 2010 maybe? Oh, no, I could just look on the actual front. 2012. 2012. Again, amazing. I wonder what we will make of the next couple of decades of your t-shirts if you do this. A lot of them I wear till they're gone, though. Right, what we got here? Okay, this one. Does anyone recognise this? I used to wear this in so many videos. Ugh, it's probably gross. I shouldn't be wearing this. Look at this. I wore it so much. I used to wear this everywhere. This like electric zebra design. I mean, look at it. It was ruined. But again, I want to take some of the texture, some of the design off. Because I loved it. What did the... Oh, it said element. Element. Another Malefice shirt. Just before the energy drink Relentless came out in the UK. They had an album called Relentless. So yeah. One of the first ever YouTube videos I ever did was me interviewing the band. I was like their street team person. Right, let's have a look here. What else we got? God, we got so much here. Oh, okay. Who remembers this? So I'm just trying to shake off all the dust. Stickam.com. That was the website. The first streaming website. So this is a great example. I'd want to keep this because I'd be like, this is this is memories, but it's like, nah, put it on a quilt. Put it on a quilt. It'll be really, really good. Please wear the zebra print one at your next job interview. No, it's so uncomfortable. So horrible and uncomfortable. Right, this one. Oh, wow. Wow. So some of these memories are going to be very specific. School for the Gifted was a Reading rock band. They played at my 17th birthday party. My band played as well, but they really opened my eyes to like the local rock scene. And Farhan, I think it was the guitarist. He was one of those guitarists that could, like, I don't know what it's called, where you hold the neck further up and then you're down here. Amazing, amazing. This is kind of cool. Hopefully it's not just me that's finding this great. Here we go. Stickade. 2010. 24 Hours of Helping the World. That was the 24-hour live stream that I started in 2006. So this was the 5th one. And again, 2011, Stickade, 24 Hours of Helping the World. Malefice again, Reading band, The End of All to Come. The End of All to Come. So what I'm doing right now, yeah, is it? I thought tapping is where you're like doing that. You're literally tapping on it. I didn't. Oh, I guess you are tapping, but I meant what is the term where you're actually reaching over? I didn't know if there was a term for that. But yeah, what I'm doing right now is I'm probably going to edit this live stream and do a quick highlight reel of everything. Just muting strings for legato stuff. I don't know what it's called either, but it cuts out string noise so you can change strings with one hand and it not be noisy AF. I'm still waiting for a Without Parole t-shirt to get pulled out the bag. I need to get one. I partied with District Lines at VidCon 2011. District Lines was a great t-shirt company, and yeah, it's definitely seen better days. I wore this a lot. It's quite hard to hold up. Okay, I'm gonna not fault. Down Within was a band that I drummed for that eventually became Schemata Theory, hence the bird logo. Again. Fifth says, we will watch your shows no matter what you do, Myles, but don't play the trombone game again. Malefice, you'll see it. Malefice is a band that appears quite a lot. They were definitely a big part of me growing up. Oh my goodness. I was wondering where this shirt went. So there was a really heavy band that came into town called Abigail Williams. But do you know why I got the shirt? It was, I mean, fair enough. Like I didn't really care for the front. They're gonna hate that I said that. I actually got it for the other side because look. I loved this so much. Yeah. When I worked for The Guardian, and if you look closely, see that? Super, super cute. By the way, this feels like quite therapeutic doing this. God, that shirt. Careful with YouTube's algorithm. Right. Who knows what this is from? I'm not going to show the bottom bit. Does anyone know where this is from? This is Vitamin Guardian. Yeah, it was really good. This was actually from my film script, A Word of Advice. And I got these produced on one of those really cheap websites while I was working in France. So it was me. Yeah, I did work at King's Place, yeah. Look at that. It is Fruit of the Loom, though. But yeah. Cool. Right. Moving on. Jeez, there are so many shirts in here. I think we're halfway. I partied with District Lines, VidCon 2012. A lot of partying. Indeed, with District Lines. Let me just see if I can straighten that up. Yeah. Looks like Sid Vicious. This is one designed by my friend, Pardon Snowden. Edward Snowden is a hero. An American hero. Hero of the world, really. But yeah. Love it. This again from my friend. Yeah, it's going to be one big quilt, right? I definitely have to sit down with my mum and decide what parts do I want of each. But it might be something I could hang on the wall. Basically, you know when you're going upstairs and you turn behind you and you've got that wall over the stairs? Might do it on there, have it hanging on that. I love this so much. So my friend from All Riot, I'm going to get her on the show sometime. She designed this. And I love that imagery. I think it's powerful. And it says, "Caution, Big Brother loves you." Yeah, the only one I've decided I am going to keep maybe is that YouTube one, just because I keep other YouTube stuff. This is what I used to wear a lot. Viatrophy. It was a Reading band. Oh, wow. This is from the history. YouTube Space London 2-year anniversary. YouTube Space doesn't exist anymore. Another stickam.com. So I think I'm definitely going to keep one of these. But yeah. So I'll keep this one. It's actually a really comfy shirt, and I'll wear that. Do hit the like button if you haven't already, people. Thank you. Right. Okay, this is an example of one that was bought for me. My parents bought me this from Hawaii, and I never wore it, or maybe I only wore it a couple of times. And so, yeah. Hang loose. This was actually from my ex. She bought me this in like 2007, 2008. Does anyone know the reference? Drive shaft. For those that don't know, it was from Lost, the TV show Lost. Oh, look at this. Team Mystic. Someone made me this. Team Mystic for Pokemon Go. Well, Mojo, which shirt did you get? Because you said you don't want to ruin it. I might be able to send you an extra one so you can wear one. There was a website called VU. It was VU where you could like answer questions in video. Audio socket. I think they're still going. I love the design though. They do like audio distribution. But it's just the amount of shirts I've got now. That is one of the piles. And I've got 2 piles down there. Another. Does anyone remember this streaming website? YouNow. It's where you used to stream and get points. Oh, wow. Okay. So. Kev Jumba signed this from 888 from the Toronto meetup in 2008 that I showed you, where Death by Puppets was there. Wow, this is this is a real trip down memory lane. When I was at university, some of my roommates made this. Oh my god, it's Myles from YouTube. And it had Blade 376 on the back. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's because I think they featured one of my videos on the front page while I was at university, and it was weird going into the main area in the library, and everyone had sort of seen me there on the front page. YouTube Next Lab launch party. Crew. Oh, here's another one my parents got me when they went to Alcatraz. I haven't been to Alcatraz, but they bought me that. Also, the shirt was way too big for me. Oh my goodness. My parents were in Boston for a few years. They were massive fans of the Boston Bruins. So my blood runs black and gold. Love it. This was a shirt that I used to wear a lot. I think I bought it in America. We're getting near the bottom now. We're getting near the bottom. Oh, won the first ever YouTube shirts. Player. Actually, let me just stretch it. There we go. See if that fixes it. I'm definitely gonna have to tag all the YouTube ones for YouTube. From 888. That was the one in Toronto. Unbelievable, some of these. Oh, look, another District Lines ones. What's this one? I attended the 789 gathering, and all I got was a link in the sidebar. And it was sponsored by District Lines. What we got here? Oh my goodness. If anyone guesses this reference, anyone know this? I will be very impressed if anyone gets that reference. I don't think anyone is. This is my first ever time catching a Myles stream. Is it always t-shirts? I mean, it's a damn good t-shirt stream. I know, right? Have you ever seen a t-shirt stream like this? No, I never thought of doing something like this. I'm exhausted. This was by a rapper called Krispy Kreme, who did a rap called "I Am the Greatest of Them All." I'd play it, but I'd get suspended. But then his channel got taken down for calling himself Krispy Kreme, so he's now called Froggy Fresh. But there's a rap in it where he goes, do you know what? I'm going to have to find it. I'll have to put it in the link. He's basically re-uploaded it, but he's just bleeped out Krispy Kreme 2012, wasn't it? Yeah, and then he replaced it. But as he's rapping, he's got like his nose is running more and more. And he says, I've got 400 houses and 400 mouses and 400 houses, because houses rhymes with houses. So yeah. Oh, this is a great shirt. How have I never worn this? Let me, love it. Fear Factory. Mechanize. Faceless in the Machine. Really, really awesome comeback album for Fear Factory. My favourite band. Wow, we're getting there. We're getting. Oh wow. This is from Gary C. He had Cheeky TV. It was a YouTuber, Gary C. That was very funny. Very, very funny. And then we got this event we did, Life's a Beach, which was to help raise money for the RNI. The RLNI. Or is it the RNLI? No, it's the Royal National Life. Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, for those that save people at sea. But yeah, that was done in 2010. Yeah, it was the RNLI. That was it. I hosted and presented it. Oh, I used to love this T-shirt. This is one that's just knackered, so I don't get to wear it much. So put it on a quilt. Look at that. Tell me that's not an awesome design. I love this. I think I bought that in San Francisco. Oh man, another VidCon. This was the first ever VidCon. Stickade 2013, the last. I got a whole box of these that I will need to get sent out to all of you. I might set up a store so people can just pay for postage or something. The shirts are like almost here. The IF campaign that we did for UNICEF. Sorry. Please don't fall over. I remember this shirt. So this was a band, a local band, that I just loved their T-shirt design and I never wanted to let it go. Look at that. They were like the heaviest band. And it was Mia Hope was the name of the singer's daughter. So Mia Hope. And I just love that design. I used to wear this in all my original... I think I might have worn this in my first ever YouTube video. Should we find out? Should we find out? Yeah, let's have a look here. You posted up. Look at that, everyone. There you go. Wow. There you go. Can I add myself here? I'm doing a separate camera, but look. This is like really, I mean, this is powerful, right? The shirt from my first ever YouTube video from 17, almost 18 years ago. I kind of feel like this is like an example of like, I feel like I should keep the shirt, but nah, just keep the patch. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It feels extra special, but yeah, right, let me take myself off here and put myself back on camera. But yeah. A real trip down memory lane, huh? Got 3 more left. Okay, another one. How old was I then? 18, 19. Okay, another one from my movie. A word of advice. See, terrible printing, like, massive shirt. Oh no. Is this? So this was, wow, from the second ever Stickade. Stickade 2007. Because I was Blade 376. And on stickam.com, when they were called lurkers, which were the people that, you know, when they're not logged in, it would just have a number of people that were just watching but not logged in. And yeah, it says they were called lurkers. Oh no, lurkers. But yeah. Let me do that again, actually, for camera. And one left. Oh. And that's the bag done. But my goodness, there's a lot of shirts here. Ah, oh, channel flip. And there we go, people. I'm really nervous of it. I want to pick it up and show you, but it's like, yeah, forgot about Stickam, huh? So yeah, so those are all the shirts I've got in the bag. And so I need to go through them. I don't know how many. I don't know if anyone was taking count, but I'm definitely gonna like edit these into like a super quick video. But yeah, going through that, like there were some things in there I totally forgot I had. And to like have the shirt from my first ever YouTube video, that's like something I feel like I should keep as a shirt because it is very, very special. But at the same time, I'm like, having it on a quilt will be great. But the question is, when it's made in a quilt, how do you make sure the quilt doesn't decay? I guess you can't. But yeah. But yeah. Yeah, it will make a really cool quilt, and it will have lots of different stuff. It will have stuff that's more metal and rock, things that are like UNICEF, and I think it'll just be a really, really nice way to, like, you know, pay tribute to, you know, that will be a quilt of 18 years of memories, which is pretty incredible, to say the least. Oh, well, you say that was some t-shirtery. So, when I was trying to come up with the name of today's live stream, I actually came up with fabricated memories. But I was like, yeah, they are fabricated, but they're real. They're real memories. They're real memories. But listen, everyone, I realise we've overrun majorly, but I didn't really know how long that was going to take. But I felt like we went through each of them and I talked about them well and held them all up to the camera and stuff. So I'll definitely do like a highlight reel, and I'm definitely going to tag YouTube and some of these companies and say, hey, remember this? But But yeah. Have you got old shirts with these kind of memories? Because my mum's idea to turn it into a quilt I thought was such a cool idea, and so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Because I was just I mean, that's a lot of shirts, right? I was just holding on to them like it was like 2 drawers worth, and I just you can understand why I kept a lot of them, because they are important parts of my life. But I think having a quilt is gonna be a really, really great way of bringing it all together. So yes, oh yeah, the fabricated memory was in the video description, wasn't it? Rec Room isn't on PSVR 2, no. Hopefully one day. Yeah, a great trip down memory lane. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what the question is to end on, but like, do you have lots of items that you collect with memories? Are there new ways that you could reinvent to use them? This is something I'm definitely looking forward to sorting out with my mum later in the year. And when I do, I will definitely show you the quilt. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it there, people. I'm incredibly tired. I need to get some good rest and that. But I just want to end by saying again, a massive thank you to everyone for being so supportive. I know a lot of you have sent me messages. I haven't responded to all of them, and I apologise for that. And I will try and put some time aside at the weekend to do so. But as you can imagine, right now my mind is all about rest and then getting a new job. And hopefully tomorrow that will really kick off when I launch this video that I've been working on, that I've been having a really, really good time with. I'd love to show you a little clip of it now, but I kind of realise... I mean, I'd love to show you the current draft. But nah, gotta wait. When you see it, it's going to be the final one. So yeah. Clem says, yeah, I need to do this. You've inspired me to clear out my old clothes. Honestly, clearing out old clothes is such a good feeling when you make space. I need to do it again, to be fair. But yeah. All right, people, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Please do take care of yourselves. Do hit the like button before you leave, and do subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of all future episodes of Myles Dyer Live, and also my Let's Plays, which I'm going to try and do one tomorrow evening. No promises, but I will definitely be doing them over the next few days regardless. So yeah, thanks for being an amazing community. Thanks for bearing with me while I, just sort myself out emotionally and, stick with a strong footing. And also, congrats for sorting this out. Because yeah, you did it. All right, everyone, much love to you. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next one. So love, respect, empathy, and adios. Till next time. Bye bye.
Darkness
Thanks, everyone. Honestly, really enjoyed this. Now, the challenge. I mean, to be honest, I should probably get another bag. But nah. Look at this. Oh, I can't even pick it up. This is not even a full stack. It's going back in. This is not going to be easy. This is not going to be easy at all. Unbelievable. So there's only 2 shirts that I've kept out. My first ever video and the original YouTube shirt. I think those are 2 good ones to keep. Also, it's been really, really good to like avoid procrastination because that's something I can now tick off. I've done it, and the hard work now is turning it into a quilt. So I will definitely speak to my mum about that after all is done with my kitchen, because that's going to be a big task, and I'm really, really excited to see that come together. But yeah, listen, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for hanging out as always, and yeah, I will see you next time. Bye bye.